Hey guys, what's going on? Branch Brown here, physical therapist and wellness coach. Get your fixed physical therapy, get your fixed nutrition, CrossFit coach with CrossFit Majestic. And I work with CrossFitters and runners to get you from injury to PR in 8 to 12 weeks. Still on the knee series, so we're talking about different diagnoses, why they aren't a death sentence. Still talking about knee stuff. Have several days left with the knee. Talking today about Baker cyst. So if you're unfamiliar with this, a Baker cyst is basically a pocket of fluid that sits on the back of the knee. It's fairly common. A lot of people aren't sure, or a lot of people when they get them, they aren't sure what to do about them. A lot of physicians want to drain them. And it may or may not help. It just kind of depends. So I wanted to go into a little bit on what a Baker cyst is, why they're formed, and what you can do about it, why it's not something that needs to keep you from your training. So first and foremost, as far as Baker cysts go, it's usually not something that really limits training too much. Sometimes if we're in the deep part of a squat position, so that full knee bend, we can feel a little bit of a pinch or a little bit of restriction there because of it. So as far as in the CrossFit world, you may not be able to get into as deep of a squat when you have one, but for the most part, they aren't the most limiting of things function-wise, activity-wise. Most times in runners, not a huge deal. Most things in the CrossFit box, not a huge deal, not a huge compensation issue. But if you have one, they can be annoying, they can be uncomfortable, it may be something you want to take care of. So kind of what happens with this, and a lot of this information I actually got from my naturopath doctor who does my prolotherapy for my knees. I actually have had a history of Baker cysts on both knees due to some previous stuff, and so we kind of took care of both of them. And he gave me a lot of information on what how these are formed. So basically what we have is a little pocket of empty space in the back of our knee, specifically kind of inside of one of our tendons. It kind of infiltrates an area of one of our tendons. So what happens is if we get swelling in our knee from some sort of injury, this area kind of it basically has a one-way valve on it. So as we get swelling in our knee, it increases in that joint space. It doesn't have anywhere to go, so it pushes into the back area of that knee. The problem is because it's a one-way valve, once it gets in, it can't get out. So it just sits in there, it just stays in there. And as you continue to get more irritation in that knee, it can get bigger, or it may just stay the same size depending on if that fluid wants to go that direction or not. But either way, basically what happens is you have an injury or some swelling for some reason in that knee area. We develop this fluid, it pushes into this space in the back of our knee near one of our tendons or kind of inside one of our tendons, and it can't get out. So we develop this pocket of fluid, and it's called a Baker cyst. So what can you do about it? A lot of physicians want to drain them, which does work temporarily. A lot of times this does come back though, because we've never fully solved that problem. So like I said, this develops because we have something going on in our knee, causes fluid to develop, and it pushes it back there. So we can drain it, but then if we don't fix the problem of what's causing that fluid to build up, then it's going to come back. So you need to come to the bottom of what is causing this other issue. And it can be cartilage damage, it could be ligament damage, it could be a muscle strain, tendon injury. Pretty much anything in that knee that can cause irritation or injury can develop swelling and cause these Baker cysts. So it's a matter of, yes, you can get it drained, but unless you fully figure out what's irritated in there and causing it, it's just going to come back. So if you do have one, feel free to get it drained. My naturopath actually drains it and then refills the space with an irritant to heal the area and keep everything out of there. So but ultimately you need to figure out what's going on in your knee to cause that swelling to be pushing in there. So get it drained, get that irritation calmed down, but then you also need to talk to a physician, a physical therapist, someone who can get to the bottom of the ultimate problem, the driver of the problem, and resolve that so this doesn't come back again. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. If you have any questions, definitely post them on here. I definitely love to have a conversation with you about this. And just real quick question. As I'm coming to a close with the series, I think I have 2 more left with the knee, and then I'm going to be done with my diagnosis series. So we've covered foot and ankle, we've covered knee. If you are loving what I'm talking about and you want me to go on to other body parts, I definitely can. I can go to the back, I can go to the shoulder, wrist, hand, elbow, whatever area you want of the body. I just need to know that you're absolutely loving this and want me to continue it. So if you're loving what I'm doing with these diagnoses series, definitely comment on here. Definitely let me know that you want me to continue, and I definitely will get some other body parts going as well. So otherwise, I hope you're having an amazing day. Like usual, if you have anything specific, you have questions for me, feel free to reach out to me through Facebook Messenger. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. So have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll talk to you in a couple days. All right, bye.